Welcome to the Bass and Brews podcast, your weekly distraction from other high-quality podcasts. And now, your host, Alex from Swamp Rat Fishing, and the co-hostess with the mostest, the Jabberhammer, Paul Roberts.
Damn it, boy, I'm lagging. How the hell we start the podcast
and he instantly lags? He instantly lags.
It's not my internet. It's your shitty ass internet.
No, it's not. Hey, welcome to Bass and Brews, everybody. We got Paul back.
I'm solid. I'm back.
How did the surgery go, Paul?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm scared of needles.
Yeah, but I mean, you had the procedure done, right?
I have no idea. I'm scared to death of going to the dentist, so I'm not even sure what you mean.
You told me last week that the weight had gotten so bad that it was doctor mandated liposuction, so you're not such a fat ass. So that's why you're out last week.
No, I started Jenny Craig.
You're an idiot, Paul. Everybody, we've got Curt Newsome. Did I say that right?
That's it.
Perfect. We've got Curt on the show. He came highly recommended from NautiFish. And those are some big words because I was talking to NautiFish and I was like, hey, we'd like to talk to somebody from your crew who knows how to catch them really well. And he was really stoked. And I said, well, obviously that's not you. So if I can actually get somebody who knows how to catch fish. So he recommended Curt. Curt's doing big things out there over in VA, and we're stoked to have you on the show, man.
Hey, Curt, are you related? Any relation to Bobo Newsome down in Hartsville, South Carolina?
No relation there. No. Everybody I know that my Newsome name came from North Carolina.
Okay, yeah. Don't know North Carolinians name nobody stupid ass Bobo like they do down in South Carolina.
You know what's funny though? Curt told me in the green room, Paul, he does have a connection to you.
Uh-oh.
Coach Powell is he in y'all's podcast with him, he talked about the coaching fraternity. My dad's a college football coach and knows Coach Powell pretty well.
Oh hell yeah, man. I love Coach Powell. That was my coach, man. And fishing, all that shit. That's awesome. Where's your daddy coach?
Well, right now he's at Emory and Henry, small school in Southwest Virginia, but he's been at Virginia Tech, James Madison, and a high school coach down in the Tidewater.
Oh man, high school at the Tidewater.
Oh yeah, 757.
He has put some kids into some programs. I'll tell you what.
And he's recruited some from the Tidewater too.
I'm sure. Look, the Tidewater, that's a tight knit community down in there. You get folks, Carolina back in the mid to late 90s. They recruited the hell out the Tidewater.
Oh yeah, yep. Dad sent a few players down there.
Nice. Hell yeah. Did you play ball?
No, I'm a golfer. He put the sticks in my hand. I'm about $125 soaking wet, so he put me on the golf course. I coach football.
You said so $125. Damn, are you taller than Alex?
Listen, I'm only booking short people for now on.
Look, if he $125, they can put weight on you in football, but they can't stretch you any taller. So you must be, what are you, like 5'2", 5'1"?
I'm 5'6". I'm 150, 5'6", but I was always one of the smallest. So I wrestled and played golf. So
okay, yeah, that's a good wrestling size there for sure. Look, you 5'6", you 8 inches taller than Alex.
Paul, you've been killing it with the TikToks as of late. Finding as many short people videos as possible.
I've got 2 or 3 that I have forgotten to do.
Yeah.
And I need to pump those out because they're going to be some good ones.
I love it.
Don't forget. Hey, you did a good job. You did a good job for like 3 doing fat jokes and then you quit.
Yeah. Well, because the problem is TikTok's algorithm is so good. And that's I don't want just fat dudes in kayaks on my TikTok feed. I have enough of that with your videos.
But there was just grandma on there like lip syncing rap songs with her old ass big bearded husband in the background and then dancing and shit. I like one of those videos, and every other
done.
fucking ticky tack that comes up is one of those. I mean,
Listen,
it was cool for like 2 or 3 of them, but now, you know,
it's so
it's just
like
terrible.
I'll fuck up and there'll be one of like there's this one bodybuilder. I don't know what he is, but
Is that the one where you like his butt when he flexes his butt cheeks?
No. He says like usually it's when I've had too many brewskis and like he'll say some inspirational quote. I'm like, hell yeah, man, and I'll like it. And then I'll wake up the next morning and it's like 9 motivational, like don't kill yourself quotes. And I'm like, holy shit, like I just like the one video. I don't need all I
don't need all this fucking inspiration. Somebody, I need some more Karen videos.
Exactly.
Karen. Hey, let me tell you something. I'll tell you, I don't know what Salty Issues has done, but he has broken the Jabberhammer algorithm because I swear to God, I've got videos going back like 12 years on his TikTok. I think I think they're replaying some of his videos. He is on my TikTok more than anybody. I love it. I like him, but man, Salty is he's cracked something.
They've had some issues as of I think like the last week with their US servers, and it looks like they're basically what they're doing is they're going to be putting out more features, so it kind of like pauses TikTok to where they'll start playing older videos and ones that are really popular because it's safe while they're updating on the back end. So
yeah, you don't know. Shut up.
You know what? Go ahead.
Say
your stupid spiel.
Like you're over here in some damn in the back rooms of TikTok helping them write code and shit.
Yeah, that's what I do now for a living.
Yeah.
Just me and all the TikTok engineers. Go ahead, give your stupid spiel about life and coming to fishing.
Okay, so it started back in 1981.
Nobody gives a shit about you, Paul. Nobody listens to the show for you.
No, but I'm telling Curt's story. See, I did some research.
Okay, go for it.
You tell his story then.
No, how about
Jamma?
How about we have Curt tell a story and you have like your stupid intro for it?
Well, see, look, I missed last week and all the previous weeks. You just dive right into it with some bullshittery, like, "Hey, man, tell us how you got into fishing." But I'm more eloquent.
All right.
And I'm way more handsome. I don't have as good of a voice as you do.
That's true.
But I damn sure smell better.
No, not even close. You crush garbage for a living.
I know, but I'm not in there doing it with my feet like I'm crushing fucking grapes for wine.
That's now what I picture. I picture you just in a big old vat of trash.
All right, boy, I'd have to get a tetanus shot every other day with all them nails. Woo! Tell you what. Some stanky ass trash in there too. Curt,
right, Mr. Fancy
welcome
Pants.
to Bass and Brews, your weekly distraction from high quality, any quality podcast content. It don't even be high quality. Like the shitty quality, we're worse than them. But you're here. We enjoy you being here. Tell us, what is the journey that has brought you to where you are today, sitting in front of asshole 1 Alex and asshole 2 me? What is the journey that's brought you here?
Well, I was born in the Tidewater. Like I said, my dad was coaching football down here. Kind of followed him around the state of Virginia while he was coaching at James Madison and Virginia Tech. Got started saltwater fishing as a kid. I mean, that's really all I did. That's all my dad knew. He's not a bass fisherman. We moved up to the Shenandoah Valley when he was at JMU. I got into doing a lot of trout fishing. Then I got into fishing the rivers, smallmouth fishing. And, I really enjoyed it, but got into tournament fishing when I was there. Then I came down to Newport News. I worked at the shipyard. I went to the apprentice school, and I had gotten out of fishing for a little while. And I got down here in 2010, and one thing led to another. I got into a kayak, got into one of those great sun dolphins off the top shelf at Walmart. And
but at least you got a top shelf one and not one of the ones sitting outside getting sun dried for a year.
So I got into a sun dolphin. I've got a bass boat sitting out in my driveway, and I don't think I've been in it in 3 years. I keep it up and running, but I love kayak fishing, and this NautiFish thing. I happened to be out on a local creek in December, bass fishing, and just met two people out there and just told them, hey, I love to fish. Like, I'll fish anywhere with anybody. They said, well, get in with our crew. I got in a Facebook chat, and the rest is history. We fished together. It's a great group, and that's really what got me started in the kayak tournament fishing, was getting with these guys, and it's been fun. The last 3 years with these guys, I've fished a yak bassin series. I fished our VKT, which we've got some sticks down here in the Tidewater, and I did fairly well. And just in my free time, going out and I've got a son now. He's 6, and he thinks he's a professional fisherman now. So I've got that to look forward to. But I'm gonna have to get the boat running better for him. It's not enough room in the Crescent.
See, we can't really see you, and we don't know you personally, but I can tell you're not a fat ass, because any fat people will still love to kayak fish, but if they have a fucking bass boat in their garage or in their yard that they can take out and motorboat around, they are not going to not have run it in 3 years. I mean, there's just a time where you wake up and you're like, fuck this kayak. I'm going to go out there and be a lazy bum, and I'm going to catch fish and be able to run all over the lake.
Oh no, I'm still as lazy as it comes. The only hard part is loading it, and it's almost easier than loading my bass boat, because
I didn't say you weren't lazy. I said you weren't fat. There's a big difference. A big difference.
I try not to use a paddle at all. So.
Oh yeah.
What kind of boat do you have, or your kayak?
I'm fishing out of a Crescent Shoaly. Been in it about a year, and I absolutely love it. It's been unreal.
So you got one of the first ones if you've been in it a year. Then
it was right when they came out. There's a shop in Gloucester, Virginia, and it was the first batch that they had in, and I won't look back.
So it's Gloucester, Virginia, not Gloucester.
It's not Gloucester.
Damn, I've been saying that shit wrong. No wonder nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
I think you're the first person to have a Crescent on the show. Am I wrong on that, Paul?
Rudd had a Crescent. He had the Shoaly.
Yeah, but Rudd doesn't count. No, because Rudd doesn't pay for them. Rudd gets them sent with a bow on it. Because he's a famous YouTuber.
We've had a Crescent person or two before, probably when you were gone. I'm pretty sure we had a Crescent person or two before.
What made you go with the Crescent?
For one thing, the weight of it. I'm not a real big guy. I mean, when it's unloaded,
I told you he wasn't fat, skinny bitch.
I can throw it in the back of the truck so easy, and I mean it's so stable. I've got the high seat on it now. It's such a great fishing platform, and I'm not going to spend $5,000 on a Hobie. So,
well, you can buy a Hobie used for less than $5,000. Just FYI. Are most of the waters you're fishing skinny water? You're not taking that out there fishing offshore in the middle of the lake in 25 foot of water, are you? Oh,
hell yeah, especially this time of year.
Okay, well, sweet, awesome, great. Hell, I think so.
It's so stable. And I'm coming out of a hoodoo. So,
Alex, have you done what your kayak says about you hoodoo version?
I haven't.
You got to put the hoodoo in there.
I will. What's funny is I just recorded the Sun Dolphin one, and it's funny you mentioned that because in the video I thank the company. Because I feel like everybody started in a Sun Dolphin. So I go, thank you, Sun Dolphin, for, bringing all these people to the sport. And then them selling your boat after 6 months because it's a fucking piece of shit.
Hey, thank you, Sun Dolphin, for making Bass and Brews possible.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. But your boat's a giant piece of shit.
Hey, if it floats, it's a boat.
Yeah, no, you're right. But the hoodoo, yeah, I'll have to add that to the list. My favorite with that whole series is now everybody's just requesting it. It's become like a roast me thing. Like, hey, just fucking make fun of me in my kayak series. And it's amazing. It's been fun.
Well, I'll tell you, you asked what put me in the Shoaly. I watched all the videos. Of course, they're going to sell their product.
Right.
I had so many daggone fish jump the board in tournaments that could have won me money.
Mm.
The friggin' Shoaly's got the slot from my catch board.
Shit.
I haven't had a single fish jump the board. They're not getting over the rails. So
yeah, I have never. When I first started, I was taking pictures with the fish on my lap, and I never lost one, but I had a 3 or 4 pounder. This was early when I was fishing too. It's like early 2020. I didn't even know Alex was not even 6 foot tall yet. I didn't even know him. And I had one flippity flop around, and it did a backflip and a half and turned a turnpike and landed in the bottom of the boat. And so I started putting my board. I got a Hobie, but I put it and I leaned I got a long catch board. I got the 36 incher. So I put it where it's on the rail where the fish is going downwards, and I hadn't had any problems. But man, yeah, that's one of the things about the Shoaly that was cool to me when it came out, was having the trough for your measuring board fit in there. It's awesome. How many rods do you take out when you go in a Shoaly? Because can you put a crate and shit in the back of it?
Oh hell yeah! I carry 10 to 12.
Holy damn!
And you know, I used 3 of them.
Right, I was about to say.
But look, if you need that 8th one, it's there and you don't have to retie.
That's
you know,
exactly right.
You get schooling and bussing, and you need to pull out a plug. That bitch is right there. All you can do is get it and toss it. Or you have 3 drop shot rigs tied up, because when you catch that 9-incher, that bitch is gonna look like Alex trying to tie a knot on a ship, and it's gonna be so fucked up that you got to retie it, and that's like 10 minutes.
I've got a black pack on the back.
Fuck them. They just mad because they can't afford it.
Yeah, no, it's got plenty of room. Got the black pack on the back. Got some extra rod holders behind it. It doesn't have any built-in rod holders, but Yak Attack takes care of that.
But it's cool. Didn't Drew make it where you set up where the rods can lay on the platform and they set in the front of the boat somehow, so they're kind of out of the way and not flopping around?
Yeah, well,
that's how he fishes. He only takes like 3 rods, and he's got his shit laying all in the deck.
Yeah, he's old fashioned. I can't do that. I got a trolling motor sticking off the front of my.
Oh, okay. Damn, you done decked out this Shoaly.
Oh yeah, and I've got the screen on it. I have live scope, but I haven't been using it lately. That's a wintertime thing.
Well, summertime around here for us at least.
Oh no, it will once it gets hot. Shit, the water temperature is 75 still today. So
hey, I don't know what the water temperature is around here because I ain't been fucking fishing in like a month and a half or more. I got a lake I've never even looked at on a map this weekend. That's probably gonna go good.
You just keep giving your money away for free. Like there's you're not catching fish, you're not networking. It doesn't matter. Hey,
it doesn't matter. You can't win shit if you don't participate.
Where are you in Carolina?
Raleigh.
Okay, we were at McIntosh beginning of the month. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, you were there with Sean, weren't you? Hey, Alex, did you send Sean his fucking stickers?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You lying.
By the time this comes out, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'll see him tomorrow.
Well, tell him Alex is. I've been texting Alex once a week to send these stickers. He's always like, I forgot. Don't worry. He doesn't need to feel bad. The historian waited for stickers for like a year and a half.
She waited 2 months for stickers.
Funny story. The reason I know Sean is because we had a tournament on McIntosh, and I completely forgot they just take cash. And I was fucking first in line, and I pull up and we're going up there, and there's a big sign once you get there, it says cash only. I'm like, I got no cash. I'm starting to like text people. He's like, I got you, man. And then I tried to send him $5 on Apple Pay like 18 times, and he never would accept it.
Sean's good people. He's cooking some pork butt tomorrow. I saw him today out on the water. So
okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun down in McIntosh. Cause I lost my PB at the boat. I had my hand on her.
Look, if anybody listening hasn't been to McIntosh, and I would assume that everybody from that I'm around has been there, but if you haven't, McIntosh is a special little lake.
There's no doubt. No doubt.
You put up 100 inches there easy.
It's got to be an easy lake to fish if you've caught and fished there, Paul. So,
hey, speaking of Colton, what the fuck is this Colton word? It is not. It is CAUGHT, not CAUGHTEN.
There is. Yeah, cotton.
Hold on a second. It's
Webster.
If you had more of a drawl, you would be saying cotton, and that's fucking wrong too.
Wait. You of all people are going to tell me how to speak when you say salmon.
But that's how the fuck it's pronounced.
This
is what you say, Colton.
Yeah.
But what you mean to say is Colt.
No, it's just a little flavor on it, bud. Just a little flavor.
Look,
not everything can be just salt and pepper. Yeah.
Save the flavor for you and Amandy. We want plain Jane here. You need some flavor in your life, go get a fruit roll up.
Sorry, he broke me there for a minute.
That's what she said.
Hey, so what made you want to start doing the tournaments in the kayak, and how long have you actually been doing the tournaments?
Well, this is my third year doing it.
Okay.
I go out and fish with guys, and they always tell me, hey, get in a tournament. You should get in this tournament, get in that tournament. And, I've got that competitive streak. My dad's a football coach. I'm an athlete. Competing it's kind of in my blood. That's part of it is I'm still competing. So
yeah, I gotcha. And I mean, you said you played golf, so it had to be something. It had to be the wrestling by what you meant, athlete, right? Not golf.
Oh, I've played all sports, but college wise, I was a golfer. So
gotcha. I fucking
Alex
hate
is
golf.
just mad because he didn't know how to tee a ball up.
Well, no, I mean
Also, he has to use kids' clubs. When you go play putt, and they got the little clubs that you get and the kids. Usually, Alex can't play because all the little kitty ones are took, and he has to use a grown one, and it's like a driver for him. It's taller than he is.
Most guys my age, they're playing golf and they enjoy it. I get so pissed off on the golf course. If I'm not catching fish, I'm still not pissed off. So
right,
that's another draw.
So would you say when you are out on the water, are you more focused on power fishing techniques or finesse?
If I can power fish, I'm going to.
Okay.
If I have to power fish, I will. I love to wind something. It doesn't have to be a crankbait. I throw a swimming worm and a swim jig all day today. And,
hey,
not all day, but
the hell,
yeah.
We can't hear you anymore. You got your hand over your speaker or something?
Probably.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going to happen is if we didn't say something and we let it ride, people are going to turn their volume up, and then I'm going to talk, and it's going to fucking blow the speakers out of their car.
Yeah, no, I'm a power fisherman, but I will finesse fish if I have to. It's just, it's not my favorite way to fish. I catch a lot of fish that way, but hell with it. I want to reel something in.
You said you were throwing the swim jig today. Are you a northern style or an Alabama shake guy?
No, I'm not shaking it, but put me in some grass. I'm gonna reel a swim jig or a swimming worm through there.
Gotcha.
So,
Swimming worm. How you rig your swimming worm?
I peg my weight, which a lot of people don't, but I'm fishing some thick stuff, and I'm throwing a 3/16 ounce bullet weight, and I got a 6/0 hook on it. I want something big because I don't want those short strikes. So
you throwing ribbon tail, paddle tail?
No. Swimming worm, Zoom, ultra vibe. Today I was throwing the Magnum. There's some big fish where we're fishing this weekend. So
nice.
I don't think I've ever thrown. I like throwing the old monstrous ribbon tail and swimming that.
I've never done that. I've gotten real pissed off at a lake and drug one on a Carolina rig, and
well, yeah, decided it was time to go home. For. It's just beautiful. If you ever throw one, and you swim through the water, it's beautiful. It's
they look good. Oh yeah. That's one thing though. I don't drag a worm too often. I'll Texas rig something. I'm not dragging a Carolina rig. I just don't have the patience. It drives me nuts.
Well, you're only 5'6". It's kind of hard to drag one when you're short like that. You gotta. You're not tall enough to get that leader from smacking the water, especially in a kayak.
How fucking rude, Paul. How rude. You
know, he's exactly no. If he's right though. I've done it in a bass boat. It's hard to throw a Carolina rig out of a kayak.
Well, I get so fucking pissed off in my kayak. I've started doing a little swing where I wind it up like I'm a fucking cowboy about to throw a rope at a steer. And I get it swinging a little bit and do it. But the problem is if the wind's blowing, it fucks it all up. So anyway, it's a pain in the ass. But I throw a lot of Carolina rigs, especially in the summertime.
It's a great thing. I don't have.
It is a pain in the ass throwing a kayak. And if like we get in a boat and I'm cool with it. But the kayak, luckily I hadn't yanked any rods out the back of my kayak yet with it. But
cannot wait for that day.
But well, my kayak fishing would be over because if I lose it, I can't replace it right now.
Right.
I'm gonna be begging for fucking money on Bass and Brews. It has Shimano Corrado left hand 7-2.
Fuck no, Bix. You're gonna get a fucking ugly stick bait casting combo. That's what you can roll with.
Ask your question, Alex. Why the fuck are we so quiet?
I didn't have a question.
Follow that up with something.
No, I thought you were gonna follow it up. Come on, we got to get in sync, Paul. Dude, it went so well last week when you weren't here. It was like the best episode ever, probably. Like I mean, it's to the point where the Academy Awards have already sent me the trophy. Like we're winning for best podcast episode.
We're not here for that kind of bullshit. We're here to be really terrible. Did y'all talk about fishing last week too? Did you fuck that up and actually talk about fishing?
I think we did talk about fishing, but then we also talked about a little throwback. And again, if anybody wants to make this bait, I will pay for the shipping, but I'm looking to get a top water bait because Adam, he makes baits. And it's going to be like Adam? A rat. He was our guest last week when you weren't here. And, but I want it to be a tampon. And then the tail would be the string of the tampon. So I can have a realistic bait for Jersey waters, which would be a floating tampon. So,
well, look, that's almost like a old monster ribbon tail.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to get a white one with a red ribbon tail.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The whole thing has to be splattered red as well. He's going to try to cook that up for me. So. Great question, Paul.
Speaking of that, I forgot to save the video, but did y'all see the person that put the condom on a hook and was like jerking it, and it looked kind of like a old school robo worm? No. It looked like a slinky underwater, but like
watch that be the next thing. That's the next thing coming out from Guggen Baits. Just a 10.
That'll be a Guggen bait.
A 10-pack
Definitely
of these condoms. Bait.
Well, I mean, who is it makes the penile, the dick and balls bait?
I don't know.
Dick and balls. Because it like a plug.
That's the Amazon special.
Yeah, exactly.
A wish.com.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got a joke, but I'm going to tell it later.
All right. So Paul mentioned he was mentioning whether you're a shallow guy. It sounds like you're pretty multifaceted, whether you be shallow or deep. But which one's kind of your strong point?
I would much rather fish shallow, but it all depends on the time of year. You know, it gets real hot in the summertime. I'm going to have to go offshore, but if I can go beat the banks and just burn the banks and make as many casts as I can in a day, that's what I'm going to do.
Kurt's already a better fisherman than me because I will just stay shallow all year, whether there's fucking fish there or not.
No, I've already been catching them in 20 foot of water. So now the lake I'm fishing this weekend, I don't even think there's a spot in it that deep. But
what lake?
We're fishing at Chickahominy Lake this weekend. I've started catching them deep at Dyson Reservoir, just a little small local reservoir.
Chickahominy is the real chick. Fuck Chickamauga.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I got to see Chickamauga before I say that.
Well,
fuck that. We're putting that on
Which
t-shirts.
one was born first?
Oh, Chickahominy, no doubt.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Fuck Chickamauga.
Powhatan, Pocahontas.
Listen, we're putting that shit on a t-shirt. That's the real chick. Fuck Chickamauga.
Chickahominy's the real lake. Fuck Chickamauga. Hey, if we put salmon on a shirt, how do you spell that? The way that y'all think I say it.
SALLMON.
But no.
You pronounce the
Kurt.
L. The L is silent.
Kurt,
I'm going with salmon. I'm going with
Kurt,
salmon.
Thank you. But Kurt,
SALMON.
all right. Here's what we're going to do. Alex, say the word SAW.
Saw.
Now say the word SALMON.
Salmon.
Okay. See? It's fucking stupid. You're wrong.
Jalapeno. It starts with a J and you don't pronounce it.
It's a different language.
It is. So is salmon. It's not English.
Is it
Bitch,
not?
ain't no words English. We fucking stole every one of them.
Correct. Salmon
That's true.
is of a Nordic descent.
Descent.
Yeah, that's where it's from. It's salmon.
Salmon is Nordic.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's got something to do with that Mason-Dixon line. I don't know, though.
It might be, because usually anybody south pronounces the L like a bunch of dum-dums.
No, I have people down here look at me and they go, it's salmon. I'm like, you're fucking wrong. It's salmon.
They didn't come from down there.
Yeah, there's no salmon in fucking Georgia, so.
Bullshit. You ever been to Publix?
All right, Curt, you spent a lot of time on the water.
How do you know?
I'm sure he has. It was called making it,
Then form it into a question, not a statement.
I was
you
about
don't
ready
project.
to. No, I can project if I want to. Fuck you, Paul.
It's your show.
Exactly.
I'm just here.
Yep,
Changing the fucking password tonight.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen on the water? Like for Paul, the weirdest thing he's ever seen when he goes out fishing is him actually catching a fish.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. You're fucking 100% right. And it actually get in the boat.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's like seeing titties for the first time ever. Every time I go fishing.
I did 355 miles canoe/kayak trip when I was in high school. We went from up in the Shenandoah Valley out to the middle of Chesapeake Bay. And it didn't necessarily happen on the water, but we were July 4th. We were at this campground. It's called Watermelon Campground, somewhere in the valley in Virginia, and we were this high school group. It's something we did in the summer. We're taking water quality tests and all that stuff. But we're in the middle of this campground, and we got some Mexicans on one side of us and some rednecks on the other side of us. And when it came to be time for the fireworks, they weren't shooting them in the air; they were shooting them at each other.
Oh shit!
And we happened to be right in the middle. And that was, like I said, we weren't on the water. We were right next to the river, but it was in the middle of a canoe trip, and that was pretty wild. A bunch of high schoolers right in the middle of like a race war.
That sounds pretty Virginia to me. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
it tracks.
Well, yeah. Just seeing seeing a sturgeon for the first time, that was pretty cool.
It's a weird fucking fish.
Yeah.
They're really awesome. Yeah, it's a fucking dinosaur. They're really awesome, but they are a weird fucking fish.
But in Alex, where you come from, that's where the big sturgeon are, right? That's where they literally talk about catching dinosaurs and the big sturgeon out there in the
Columbia River. Yeah, you can go fish you can actually go it's funny. You can go in Portland. You can go to like a shipyard because we had dudes when the boat was in dry dock. They would just fish from the shipyard, and they're catching 6-foot sturgeon, and they're like, oh yeah, these are smaller ones, and these are like giant fucking dinosaurs they're pulling up out of the water. It was insane.
Hey, speaking of dinosaurs, we gotta give a shout out to our buddy Jacob Stem. Jake, have y'all seen the bald eagle with the fish swimming to shore? Y'all haven't seen that bitch?
No.
He videotaped it. You have go look at his Instagram. It's got it's up to 32 million views, and he just did an article, an interview for USA Today. So go Jake.
Go shit. Yeah, go Jake. Way to go. Yeah. Yeah, no, sturgeon are fucking dope. They get really big in Washington. They get fucking gnarly.
They're actually making a comeback, like in the James River and some of these tidal rivers. They've seen some big adult, 6, 7, 8 foot ones. They've got them tagged. So when I was younger, that was never a thing, but they're starting to make a comeback.
That's awesome.
Hey,
And
when
they're
I
good.
come up there, let's catch one and fry it up. I bet it's delicious.
I don't know if we'd get it to the fryer before we ended up in jail, but
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who's gonna see it?
Who's gonna know?
I mean, you fillet it on the water.
So Washington, there's an actual, because they are pretty abundant on the Columbia River. There's an open season for them, as long as they're not too big. You don't want them when they're giant either, because they got worms and shit in their.
You actually eat the fish?
Yeah, dude, they're really good, super good. It's like a, it almost tastes like halibut. It's like, but it's tougher, so it's kind of tough like tuna.
So like swordfish.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, except for white all the way through.
I've never eaten swordfish. I was just guessing.
Oh, no. It is actually very kind of like swordfish, except for it's white and gray. And as long as you get over the gray meat, like there's some chunks of gray in there.
Well,
I thought it was good.
Fuck the gray meat. People talk about cutting the gray meat out of catfish. Bitch, that's like the thigh of the catfish.
It's also catfish.
It's just the most delicious part of the whole fucking fish is the gray meat, and people throwing it away. Bunch of bums. See, you tell people didn't grow up poor.
When they're throwing out gray catfish meat.
Yeah. It's the bloodline. Fuck that bloodline. It's just delicious.
There was somebody local complaining because the bluefish have like pushed in here in Jersey, and they're like, man, I caught like an 8-9 pound bluefish, and I can only harvest like a pound of it. And you could tell where they cut out all the gray and all the, because exactly what you said, Paul. They're like, oh, it's the bloodline, or that's the fishy part of the fish.
No,
it's
you
a
eat
fish.
It's you eat fish. It. That bluefish, that's the best part of it, but it's got to be fresh. If you put that bluefish in the freezer with that gray meat, it's no good. But if you eat it fresh, that's one of the best eating fish you'll ever eat.
Hey, fish in general, to me, like obviously when growing up, we would have big fish fries, so we would freeze fish.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, if you eat enough damn fish, frozen fish really, really does have a whole completely different. Like if you eat a bunch of fresh fried bass, and then you start eating some damn bass that been up in the freezer, it's a different ball game. Different ball game.
Yeah, frozen
ball game.
Mandy makes fun of me. Mandy makes fun of me because I'm such a snob about it. Like I don't do frozen fish at all. I won't do halibut unless I'm on the West Coast because it's got to be super frozen for it to get out over here. I like.
Well, you know they flash freeze pretty much all your fish that they catch.
Where? Here?
Like sushi. A lot of your sushi has been flash frozen.
Yeah. I'm all right.
That's
a different way,
don't you?
I do. I eat the fuck out of sushi.
I do too. I love sushi. You know what? Sushi is dangerous for fat people because you got to eat like 18 pounds before you feel it. And then like 24 pounds in and $300 or $400 later, you're like, God dang, man, I ate too many.
Yeah, it's definitely a skinny guy's game, sushi.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to really add to the conversation, Paul. What else you got?
I don't know. You added that to the conversation. I was going fine. You yet again took over the conversation and they got quiet. I mean, we got Curt right here, and he don't know what to do because you quit asking questions.
Okay.
When you quit asking questions, and I got to start talking, and then we know where that leads us.
Oh my God. Anyways, I don't want to project
shitting on the water again if you let me take over.
Because Paul's gonna get mad if I project. But I feel like everybody talks about like what their strengths are, right? What are your weaknesses in your kind of overall fishing game?
It's a terrible question, but go ahead and answer it, Curt.
I'm not going to flip a jig. I don't have confidence in it. I mean, I've caught fish on them, but I don't have the confidence, and I know that's one of the best bass fishing lures out there. I will throw it, I know, if I have to, but that's definitely a weakness of mine. But I try to work on it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but yeah, that's a big one because that's won more tournaments in the United States than most lures have. So
do you not like flipping a jig because you're not good at casting, or you just don't like working a jig?
I just don't have the confidence in it because I'll throw a shaky head in the same spot and catch fish.
Oh, I love a shaky head. I don't like doing shit with. I don't like pitching or flipping or anything. or skipping, I fucking suck at casting. Like if you want to throw a cast a long ass way, I'm good at that.
Right.
But when we get in there and you got to start being like putting shit within centimeters, that's not my game, Hoss.
I don't know.
I'm hung in the trees. I've got bird nests. Like that ain't my game. I ain't a finesse caster. I'm let me bomb that shit. I can't cast with the fuck. The only time I can skip something is when, you know, it fucks up and hits the back of the boat and goes across the water. That's the only time I've ever skipped anything.
Flipping gets bored to me. It's I don't know. I'll skip a jig. I'll skip docks all day long, but flipping a jig into timber and stuff, I don't have the confidence in it. So, and
I don't.
Throwing big swim baits. I know that's a thing. Putting a mag graft on there, I'm just not there yet.
Listen,
I don't think somebody on KBN posted yesterday, I think it was that big swim baits is the new jackhammer.
Yep. I was about to say it is.
Everybody's got a big swim bait tied on now, huh?
Everybody's fucking got it tied on, and I feel like it's the new. Yeah, it's the new. That's the best way to put it, because like everybody's got it, and you, Curt, saying like, oh, that's not a weakness in your game. That just means you're not onto this fad. And I'm not saying big swim baits aren't good. They are. But I'm still going with 80 to 85% of people that throw big swim baits are doing it for clout. There's fucking no way. Like, you know what I mean? There's no way that that's their bait of choice. They just want to look cool doing it.
The next YouTube sensation. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Hey, well, look, we've got the next YouTube sensation to catch a fish we talked about earlier, and it's a fucking unused condom.
Yeah. That's another million idea that we've given up on this show. Hopefully Guggen doesn't steal it from us.
Well, look, nobody needs to steal it. Go buy a pack of Magnums.
Yeah.
You know, I probably wouldn't get the ones that have been soaked in spermicide. Might taste bad to the fish. But, you know, put a treble hook. Oh, look, it's just like a big swim bait. You get a Magnum. It's a line through treble hook at the end. And, you know.
Where's the weight go?
But you don't need a weight. It's a slow sinking.
Yeah. Paul,
7-inch Senko.
$1 million idea, because you could use the smaller condoms and just downsize for like a Ned rig presentation of the condom.
Ooh, you know what? That looked like a fucking leech in the water.
So, Paul, what would you name this?
Huh? You know, I don't have anything clever right off the top of my head, but I'll think of something here.
Kurt, what about you?
The next time you get to talking, I'll interrupt you with something clever, but I don't fucking know. Just call it the fucking condom. Ooh. What lure are you using today, Paul? A fucking balloon.
A balloon?
A fucking balloon.
A fucking
now, I
balloon.
fish with balloons, but
oh no. It's the Bass and Brews a fucking balloon. Yeah. That's perfect. And actually the spermicide, all we need to do is just dip it in garlic too, right? And then that just acts as the scent.
No, wait. I got it. You have to use
oh, we fucked it up. He's so excited. This is when we find out if Paul's wearing pants tonight or not.
When you use the fucking balloon, you use bait fuel.
I was gonna say because
bait fuel is the KY jelly of fishing scents.
Listen, I wonder if we can get a partnership.
Like KY.
Get a partnership with Bait Fuel. They can be the leading scent company for the Bass and Brews a fucking balloon.
Alex, our first sponsor.
Now they sell it in a bag. You don't even need it in a bottle.
Oh wow,
that's the new net bait. It's already in there.
Yeah. I feel like they stole that idea from somebody.
Power bait. Well, everything in fishing has been stolen unless it's
very
original,
true.
And nothing original now. Alex, our first sponsor is going to be Trojan Condoms. Trojan Man. Bass and Brews.
That would be
Trojan Condoms are the condoms of choice for your fucking balloon lures and bait.
It's perfect, man.
Lube it with bait fuel.
Well, I mean, do you think that's what they use for their mold for that scat soft bait that Dips makes? Think they just used a miniature one? Have you seen that?
I don't know, but
Oh.
I don't know if you listened to the episode where I can't remember who we were talking to about making swim baits. And I was like, the way it sounds like you make swim baits is a lot the way you make dildos.
Yeah, that was Absolute Bass and TV. Paul hooked them up and basically said, you're just making dildos, bro.
It wasn't Absolute. It was somebody else, I thought. No, and I didn't say that. I just asked the simple question because I don't know how to make poor swim baits.
Yep.
I've never done
But
that.
you know
just
how to make
asked him what
dildos?
He knows how to make dildos.
I asked him what he thought it sounded like the way he was pouring that. I just said, hey, do you think that's how they make dildos? And then that's where we went.
Oh, that was the one that wasn't Absolute, right? But wasn't that the one where the historian was trying to like listen with her mom in the car and then you went on a rampage about dildos?
I have no idea.
I think that was the episode.
The historian listens to this podcast with very inappropriate people in her vehicle a lot. I love it. She has no shame.
Hopefully she gets, not hopefully, but maybe she'll get fired from being a teacher and then she can just drive the school bus blaring Bass and Brews. I feel like that would be the choice way to increase the fan base.
The school bus?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're really at that point in the show's lifespan where we should just really cater towards the 16 to 18-year-old market who's really into dick and fart jokes.
A few episodes we talked about pooping for quite a long time.
We talked about pooping multiple episodes in a row. We were on a pooping a pooping kick, and lately it's been tampons. So
yeah, well, somehow that came up in the green room too.
Yep.
We were pooping off cranes.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Like a sandhill crane or what?
No, like a big giant lift a bunch of metal crane.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You talking about heavy equipment? I thought y'all was talking about like the bird.
Nope.
No.
The whooping crane go woo woo woo. Y'all remember Boom Higher on King of the Hill? Hey boy, gotta get up, get the whoop crane go woo woo woo.
So we were talking about cranes, and I was saying there's these work cranes in Dutch Harbor, and it was like the second time I ever pulled in there. We're pulling in, we're tying off, and there's a guy up at the top of the crane, and he's fucking yelling, and all you can hear is like, I need a break now. And nobody was giving him a break. A couple minutes later, all of a sudden, this guy's hanging his ass out the side of the crane, shitting from many a feet high, just shitting directly down onto the dock.
Hey, speaking of shitting, Alex, do y'all get in certain parts of the ocean when you're on your boats and it was legal to open up your shit tanks and let that shit go?
Yeah, so
don't cruise ships empty their shit tanks in certain parts of the oceans?
Yeah, so for the most part,
fucking terrible.
International water, which is you could range, but like normally it's going to be like 50 miles offshore. So like just 50 miles offshore.
That's why I thought it had to be so many miles offshore. So
but it depends.
You don't get scooping up brown trouts while you're out there.
Yep.
Dodging jellyfish and great white sharks and.
But there are some parts where you can dump, just as long as you're out of state water. So if you're in federal water, like military can dump in most places, but there's some spots where you can't. Foreign countries, they don't really like you to poop in their playground. The worst part is when you can't dump, right? So you're out there and you can't dump, and then all of a sudden you have restrictions because the shitters are literally getting full on the boat. And you just kind of have to stop flushing because they're so full. So then you just get a whole toilet full of shit. It's disgusting.
Oh, sweet. So y'all get to make dookie temples.
Yeah, dude. So like dry dock, there's no water.
You know how when you go to the beach and you grab the wet sand and you make the little mountains?
That's it.
Is that what y'all do? Is y'all videotape it or anything?
You just shit on shit on shit.
Yeah.
We had
see how tall you can get it before it falls over?
We had these ensigns who lived across from us.
You'd have to get like a stool.
It wouldn't have to go very high. Yeah. But these ensigns. If you
sat down on the toilet, you're probably almost in the blue water anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny bitch.
So we had these ensigns that lived across from me on the ship, and they were talking some shit as ensigns do because they're they're all like 22-year-olds, right? And we're a bunch of old dudes, and you know, it's all good natured. And they were like, have fun. We're about ready to have an inspection, so we had to clean the whole fucking ship for 2 weeks, and they got to go to some school instead. So they're like, haha, fuck you. Enjoy cleaning while we're like in Miami going to some school. So then all the E6s on the boat proceeded to spend the next 2 weeks shitting in their toilet, but not flushing it at all, and just filling it, and then also cranking the heat up in their room. And so when they came back to the boat, they had a room that was 95 degrees with a literally shit up over the bowl. And the last one to do it was a female first class. And she was like, I had to hover and shit. Shit was fucking crazy, y'all. She was super Southern from like, it was fucking funny. But they came in and all you could hear, it was like 6 a.m. All you could hear was vomiting. Because as soon as they got their door open, yeah, it was fucking gross. It was awesome, though.
Hey, Curt.
Yes, sir.
What are you fishing? Just local tournaments, or do you fish any national tournaments?
I haven't fished any national tournaments. I've wanted to fish some KBF stuff, but I'm fishing the KBT, which the Kayak Bass Team Series. That's what got me to Macintosh. I'm actually looking at next year trying to fish some of the CCKF, some of that Carolina stuff.
So yeah, CKA and CCKF. That's my people.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fish some of that. We'll see, but I would like to fish some national stuff. I just haven't done it yet. We got enough sticks here that compete with those guys, and I'm competing with them. That I think I can handle it. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you come down here, you might win some tournaments, but I'm going to push you in the water and ram your boat, and I'm going to take the valve stem out of your truck tire.
Well, I'll be fishing with some of those guys this weekend. At Chick Lake, the NC Lunkers.
Yeah, Tar Heel Lunkers. I was on that team, and then they fired me.
I got you. Well,
yeah,
I met one of them today.
Yep, Dave. If Dave's there, just shit. When you see him, ask him like, "Hey man, why'd y'all fire Paul?"
Dave's fishing this weekend. I'll see him tomorrow at the cookout.
Hey, why'd y'all fire Paul?
No, Curt, right. For real, do that, but try to record it. And then his response and send it to us.
Yeah. I'm for real. I fished on that team last year, and then they fired me. Well, it was still the KFL when I got fired.
Yeah. Well, when I first started, it was KFL still for about 2 days. Yeah.
Is KFL the one that went down in flames due to management?
Well, he like quit, dipped out, and has yet to this day, to my knowledge, not even said anything about. Now he's a semi-professional golfer, apparently.
Seems like some dark water shit right there.
Yeah. Craziness. But yeah, just ask them why they fired Paul. So hey man, I know Paul used to.
Paul, how did that happen? They just said like, hey, we don't need your services anymore.
Called me up and was like, look, man, we like you, you're a cool guy, but we just you're fired. Get the fuck out of here.
They didn't they didn't try to trade you to another team for draft picks or anything like that.
No, man. Hey, look, I am a free agent, but I guess by like the rosters have to be set now, so you can't just pick people up like you used to.
I think, in fact, I've been getting messages on my phone. I think the roster's got to be set by this Saturday. So
yeah,
you might still have a chance.
Used to you could pick up free agents. So if somebody like Virginia was going down to Florida, they could go down there and pick up a free agent or two, release a player or two, and then pick up a free agent or two on a local pond. And but I don't think they can do that anymore.
No, like I said, I think we got to set it by this weekend. But yeah, Dave, I know Dave's going to be here. In fact, I went to a cookout at his house when I was at Macintosh.
Yep.
Really, Curt, you got to ask him because Paul was so committed. Paul was so committed. He got tattoos. He got a whole back piece done. He was so excited.
Tar Heel Lunker stat. Oh, y'all were a different name last year.
No, we're Tar Heel Lunkers. There used to be two North Carolina teams.
I met your replacement today. Then
which one?
Arlie.
Well, Arlie is new, but he wasn't my replacement. My replacement, I think, ended up either being Wyatt or Mark Glindy.
Okay, I don't know there. I met Arlie today, so
yeah. Look, Arlie can fish. Arlie been all over the country fishing. Also,
Mark can fish too.
I don't know how old he is. he's older than me. He's at least in his 50s. But Arlie can pedal a Hobie pretty well too.
That's he said, yeah, I got to pedal everywhere.
Yep.
I'm just pressing my button.
Yep, he can go, buddy. And Arlie can fish. He's a hell of a good angler.
What the fuck was that? What was that? Did you just have a tick or a stroke on live radio?
Speaking of ticks,
yeah,
let me tell y'all something. Y'all look.
Yeah.
We got some y'all look hats coming out in a month and a half, and they're patch hats. And I got some regular old hats. I don't know what kind. Can't fucking remember. And I got some lifeguard straw hats.
You should have. I've seen your design. What did you do for the underside of it?
The straw hat?
Yeah. Did you put
fucking
anything on the
straw?
inside? You should have. No, dude. You should have. You have the y'all look on the front. Right, but on the inside should have been another picture, not drawn, but just of your face.
So when I order the next hats, I'll do that, and you can fucking pay for them.
No, I had to pay for everything else on the show, so fuck off. All right. So ticks.
Speaking of merchandise, are we still selling shit? We still selling?
Yeah. We still have the store. You can find all our links. No, they are. What did we sell? I think we sold like 10 shirts last month.
Did we make enough money to fucking send me one that I can wear since it looks like mine that I have is supposed to fit on a 12-year-old boy? I've gotten so fat since I bought it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
If I wore that bitch right now, if I wore that bitch right now, and if it had buttons on it, those buttons would be fucking heat-seeking missiles.
Unfortunately, I can get you a shirt for free. I can, but not in your size because that's so much fabric. It wouldn't be worth it. It would eat into all of our profits to try to cover all of those moves.
Get me two small ones, and I'll sew them and put them together.
Two small ones ain't gonna fix you, bud. You're gonna need like two XL ones.
Well, then how do you fit in a small? Is it like a nightgown on you then?
Exactly. Well, actually, you might be able to fit because as we talked about last show, you went and got the surgery to where you got the liposuction.
I wasn't
to get
here
rid
on
of
the
your
last show. So
fat gut.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And
I told everybody.
Hey, and just for everybody who is here right now and everybody who is listening right now, I do not listen to this shitty ass podcast. I haven't listened to an episode since episode 9. Since before episode 9.
I tried when we first started to listen to them when I'm on it, and then it was like, oh, this is fucking weird to hear your own voice like on a podcast.
I don't care about that. I just think it's a terrible podcast, and I'm not going to waste my time listening to it.
That's a good point. I mean, we were really good before you, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, all 8 episodes that took 2 years to produce. Oh, Curt just went and got another beer. Curt, have you ever had White Claw Surge?
No, I can't say I have. There's some in my fridge, but it's not mine. It's my wife's.
Is it Surge?
I don't know what the hell it is. It says White Claw on it.
If your wife is drinking White Claw Surge, she's a heavier drinker than you.
Is it blue or is it a white can?
Does it look like this?
Hold on. I mean, we can look at the fridge.
Yeah, let's take a look. This is MTV Cribs.
Hey, grab one because before we sign off tonight, we're shotgunning.
No, we're not shotgunning anything.
I don't think it's.
No,
that's not Surge.
White Claw.
That's not even White Claw. That's the fancy White Claw with the vodka and soda.
We've got the Bold Rock.
Oh,
and the new one.
Oh, the Fresca mixed.
Yeah, you know we might have problems.
Man, I was excited. I thought your wife was over there drinking fucking White Claw Surges. They got 8 alcohols in them. They're rough.
And here I am drinking Busch Light. So.
I know, bitches got like 4.5.
There's nothing better than mowing the lawn and then drinking a Busch Light.
There is.
What's that?
A fucking ice cold Budweiser. Straight up.
Oh yeah, that'll
diesel.
do it too. Yeah.
Diesel. Went mowing the grass. I
It
wanted
hurts too much the next day.
Bud. Well, look, I was just drinking it, cutting grass. And then I came inside and went down a fifth of bourbon. And that's why I have gout now.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I mean, you're not drinking to get fucked up. You're trying to get replenished. That's why you drink like, a bud, a bush, something like that, right? You're drinking for the cold,
That's the stupidest
refreshing
thing I've ever heard. You don't drink alcohol to replenish nothing. You drink alcohol to get fucked up. If you want to replenish anything, drink a Gatorade or some fucking Pedialyte or some good old fashioned water. But if somebody is replenishing themselves with alcohol, they're doing it wrong. You drink alcohol to get fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I know I'm right. I have never said anything wrong on this show in my entire life.
Well, that is one of many wrongs that you have said.
Name
you
one.
Just said one
Name
right
one.
now. When you said
one.
It's pronounced salmon, and also I looked it up. It's French. So
exactly, because there's no such thing. The only true English word that I can think of off the top of my head is bootylicious.
Y'all.
And we can thank Beyonce for
y'all.
that word.
Yeah, y'all.
Probably not. Probably Dutch.
Probably. It's probably
Dutch.
It's a bunch of dudes stomping around colonial America in wooden clogs going, hey, y'all. That was the first y'all look. He was like, y'all, look at this wooden clog. He went from the clog to the crock real quick.
The goddamn pilgrims did one thing right, gave us y'all. They fucked up everything else.
Man, I wish that I had the time to cut segments, because that would have been a choice one of, it's probably Dutch.
You can still cut it. It's not over, Alex. You've got the rest of your life to make that one clip.
No. I'm all fire and forget it now at this point.
Well, you know what you don't do, you don't get done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Hey, how would you guys like to see a series of short form content that is me reading in the fanciest way that I can, reading Paul's stupid fucking quotes on TikTok? I want to hear either hit me up on TikTok or I guess the Instagram. I've been a little more active there. Not really. It's just Paul's video. Just still raking in the views. Like, we've doubled, dude.
What
we've
are we
doubled
at now?
I think you got to look at it, but we've like doubled in viewer count. Like every day I randomly look at IG, right? And every day it's like, you've got 500 likes. That stupid fucking video where Paul talks about how to get famous on YouTube. It's amazing. But hit me up there.
Neither one of us even create YouTube shit anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, hit us up on there or TikTok, or you can go to bassandbrews@gmail.com. Let me know if you guys want to see this series. I don't think it matters. I think I'm going to do it anyways, because I think it'd be really funny. I found in my father-in-law's closet.
312K.
Yes. Yes. And that was like over a month ago, and it's still going. But no, I found in my father-in-law's closet this really corny looking. I found a really corny jacket. So I've got this whole idea to set up wearing a smoking jacket and a pipe, and I'll read Paul's stupid fucking sayings. And I think it'd be magnificent. Curt, you haven't noticed for very long, but Paul's known to say stupid shit consistently. So
aren't we all?
Yeah, but he likes to think that he's dropping the biggest knowledge bombs ever. Exactly what he said. He's like, listen, what you don't do is never going to get done, y'all. And he thinks he's changing lives with it. Poor Curt at this point. Curt's like, man, I listened to the coach episode, which is a pretty straight.
Oh, check the
Oh my God. See? No, fuck that, Paul. Then I'm going to send this jacket to you, and you got to figure out
fit?
It probably went.
On one of my legs.
No. My father-in-law is a tall guy, so it'll fit. I got to say tall guy, not fat.
Should I pack this and smoke some pipe here on the show?
No, what are you, a hipster? You're an idiot.
No,
Paul.
hipster would have a corncob pipe.
I got a cob pipe somewhere. I used to smoke.
No. Hipsters do that one, dude. I just left the Bay Area, and there was like, and they weren't smoking. There it is, and they weren't smoking weed. It was just legit tobacco and skinny jeans. It's ridiculous.
When I was wild and firefighter, I keep the pipes on me, and every now and again, I take me a little puff on the pipe. Wild and firefighting. Speaking of wild and firefighting, everybody's all up in a tizzy about these fucking Canadian fires.
Yeah, fuck Canada.
First of all, they suck. Yes, I understand that. But I'm seeing a lot of social media content come out with those wildfires. And people are thanking other people for not doing anything but creating videos about them not doing anything but being close to the wildfire. And by close, I mean miles and miles away. And what your wildfire ain't going to do anything. So y'all take off a lot of shit you see on the wildfires with a grain of salt because, look, America, we have wildfires all year long, and they just happen to be smoking in New York City, so it's a fucking problem because bitches can't breathe up there because their air's already fucked. But the fire season is going to be terrible in America too because it's the El Nino, and we've been getting a fuck ton of rain down here in the South, and it's been nice and cool. But with El Ninos, just to let y'all know. Here comes summertime. It's going to be hot as fuck and dry as fuck.
I saw a thing where they were forecasting the fire season, right? And normally for the mid-Atlantic area, they don't have anything to kind of give. This is the first time where we are in high threat in the mid-Atlantic area.
Not even close, dude. You have wildfires up there all the time.
Oh yeah, no, I've had buddies almost lose houses from wildfires.
Right. Yeah, I get it, but it's not
every 15 years, the pine barrens catch on fire. It's a cycle.
It's more than I get it. And it's a bad
you don't
year.
Know what you're
That's
talking
all
about.
I'm
confirming. You know what? If we want to learn how to fucking tie shitty knots, we talk to you. We're talking about fire, we talk to me. Hey, the Great Dismal Swamp is a fucking terrible place to have a fire. Fuck that place.
Where's that at?
In Virginia.
It's near me.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, fuck it, Paul. That's Paul's new saying. Yeah, I know.
That's just a terrible place in general, though.
Yeah.
Well, the bitch is named the fucking Great Dismal Swamp.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason
do you
for
expect? Yeah, it's like Death Valley. Let's go take a vacation and go to Death Valley. It's 120 degrees. This is terrible. It's so hot. It's fucking Death Valley. The Great
there ain't no
Dismal
humidity
Swamp.
there.
Mm-hmm.
It's still fucking hot.
No, I mean, the Dismal Swamp's got the humidity.
Yeah,
Death Valley doesn't.
Look, if that bitch is named Death something or Dismal something or anything like that, you can bet your Bo Diddley ass the motherfucking place ain't pleasant to be around.
Yeah, fully agree. Yes, you've dominated the conversation. You're right, Paul.
I know.
I know.
I know.
Y'all, look,
bitch,
I know.
I have never been wrong when I'm all. Wait. I'm always right when I'm never wrong.
See? Stupid fucking phrase.
We'll cut that one.
Exactly. We'll try to church shit up. Either Paul's going to do it himself or I'm going to do it in my shitty voice.
I'm going to do myself. Bitch, I'm married.
Yeah, so that means you do yourself a lot.
No, not at all. Well, I got married. But I have to work. Never mind. We can't go there.
Don't worry. She's not going to listen to the show. You'll be all right.
No. My wife, and not only has she never listened to this show, she doesn't even care that it happens.
I feel so bad sometimes because, yes, you're right, Paul. From what you've told me, she gives no shits. I have the opposite where I've got to be careful because my mother-in-law listens to the goddamn show. And she'll be like, man, Paul's been really digging in about your height there, little guy. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, Alex, did you see the one I posted today with the slap contest one?
Hold on. Yes, I did. But when did this turn into like talking to any old person? Like, hey, did you see my post? Like, we've spent half of the show talking about shit that we've posted. Poor Curt. Curt thought that he was going to come on to a serious podcast about
he did.
Kayak
He's
fishing
already listened to an episode, so he knew right away this was some fucking bullshit.
I did listen. I did listen to more than the Coach Powell one. I just, it's kind of crazy how small of a world it is hearing that one with Coach Powell. So,
what's the other ones that you listen to?
Oh, I was just going through a smattering of them, and I had zero service, so I kept on just switching between one to the other, waiting for one to work.
That's listen, that's how we put out podcasts. We keep putting them out until they work, and we haven't gotten one yet. We've been stuck in limbo forever. Don't worry.
Look, we have no idea if this bitch actually, if there's words to the actual podcast. We just put it out there.
Look, hey, I pulled it right up on Amazon Music. It works. It's just
that's a new one. You're welcome.
I don't know.
You're welcome, Paul.
Yeah. Damn, hell yeah. Amazon Music. Don't you welcome me? I'm the one that told you to go pay for another service instead of the free
Thank
one
you. You sound
using.
like a Mandy. You told me to go spend more money. You know what the weirdest thing is? I had somebody, because I mentioned it when we first switched hosting platforms. I mentioned that we were on Audible, and they're like, holy shit, dude, I can listen to Bass and Brews and get my audiobooks at the same spot. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Where are you listening to audiobooks? Then you're like, I want to listen to Alex and Paul too. Like, you're a fucking psychopath. Is that the only app they let you use in prison? Because it's Audible. I mean, if that's what it is, hey, we're Bass and Brews. We're here for you, convicts. I'm sure you guys like to fish too, for body parts and people. So we're here for you.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alex, you're going to be quiet. Don't be too quiet.
Well, I'm waiting for you to do your job.
Well, I have done my job this whole fucking podcast by just talking gibberish. You're the one that's supposed to keep us on track. So, Curt, tell me this. You got a motor. You don't like to paddle.
Yeah.
But you got a kayak and you got a bass boat. What kind of motor you got on your kayak?
XI3.
Okay. Can't fuck
what kind of motor you got on your boat?
What kind of batteries you run?
I've got some Chinese off the wall Amazon special 100 amp hour, whatever it is.
Okay.
I've got a 150 on the back of the bass boat. I got a Bumblebee bass boat. They made them in Tennessee. They don't make them anymore. I guess there's a big following. That's what I hear. It just happens to be the hole that I have, but it's got a 150 Yamaha on the back.
What do you got on the front of it? No trolling motor?
It's got a riptide that the foot pedal doesn't work.
Again,
fucking old ass. That's old. Look, that's a fucking classic. That shit needs to go into the Bassmaster Classic Museum.
I love how
riptide.
Paul was like, "What kind of motor do you have on your kayak, dude?" He shot it out right away. Bam, bam, got this. What do you have on your boat? Fucking goddamn! I got a Bumblebee boat with some bullshit on the front of it.
Oh no, don't worry. Everything on the kayak's a lot nicer than what's on the boat.
Do you still take?
I'm pretty sure the depth finder on the bass boat's from 1995.
Hey, do you strap your black box, your black pack on the back of the bass boat when you go?
No.
You just
I've got the
transfer
new
it over
black
and put
pack.
all
I
your
haven't
gear.
been in the boat since I've had the new black pack. So.
Okay, I was thinking maybe it would be pretty easy just to strap that black pack down on the back of the bass boat, and that way you don't have to transfer shit, and you just pick up your black pack and strap it down and go down there. That'd be pretty cool. Everybody fishing in boats be like, yeah, look at that fucking kayak fucker over there. You tell you fishing out of a kayak, the bitch got a fucking crate on the back of his bass boat.
I'd be the dumbass in the bass boat with the kayak strapped to the front, so when I get in skinny water, I just put the
drop
kayak
out of it. Listen, I think a little co-angler secret for everybody. If you're going to co-angler on a boat, start bringing your fucking kayak crate and just strapping that to the back of their fucking boat. Like, for real. Listen, it's going to save them space in their boat, right? Because you don't have your rods laid out.
It won't save any space at all. It'll take up way more space.
Fuck it. When they're like, you can bring one bag.
The side of it.
Look, and then kayakers are fucking sociopaths, so they leave their lures like dangling off the end of their rods. So it'd be over there whipping around and probably fucking flying off and tearing up.
Let's
the
make
cowling.
that a thing. Let's make that a thing.
I got
that's
a hole
what you
in
have
my
to do. Is
jersey
like
for that.
Hey, you go up to a Bassmaster Classic, you hop in with Bat Pangrack, and you show up with your black pack, and you're like, "Hey, Matt, I've got like 6 bungee cords. I need to bungee this down. Where can I start? Where can I start connecting these bungee cords to your boat? You're over there, got cleats, and you're ratcheting it. You got a ratchet strap that you ratchet down to the seat, and this pulling the seat halfway out. Man, that'd be awesome."
Listen,
and then you bring a big
rods.
Subway sandwich full of mayonnaise and mustard, and you eat it on
Yak Attack would love it.
carpet.
Exactly.
Yak Attack would love it.
Exactly. And the whole time you've got 8 rods strapped up with a Bass and Brews. I forgot, what did we call it? The fucking
balloon.
The fucking balloon.
Yeah,
You've got 8 flavors of fucking balloon set up.
Hey,
we are giving away so many good ideas.
Look, in the fucking balloons, the way you get the fucking balloons ready to fish, it's a line through. It's a line through lure, like a swim bait, but then you just fill it up with bait fuel.
In the middle, just fill that big shop. But Curt, you're right. We need a little bit of weight.
The weight. Kurt was asking about the weight earlier. That's the weight. Is you just you fill it up 1 ounce, half an ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, 2 ounces.
You're leaving a chum trail.
Yeah,
exactly. Chum trail behind
just the weight and the
wait, did you say chum or cup? Never mind.
Chum.
I mean, you could fill it up with your own bait fuel if you wanted to, but I'm not sure that your boater would really appreciate you back there filling up your fucking balloons with your own bait fuel.
Hey, Matt, settle down, man. I'm trying to rig up my lures. Don't look at me in the eyes when I'm rigging up. This episode has gone downhill like 10 minutes in. This is fucking ridiculous. So many $1 million ideas. Honestly, though, I know a lot of our listeners are co-anglers and they're kayakers too. I want to see pictures and video proof of you bringing your fucking
black
kayak.
bag.
Yeah. Your kayak crate to be a co-angler. So I would love to see that. I think that's amazing.
If anything, do it as a joke, but make it a joke like right before you blast off and like, I'm just kidding, dude. Let me go put this shit up.
Yeah, Paul's nice about it. Don't do it as a joke. Fucking just do it. Just full send it and act like nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, you better be ready to lose all your shit because
what is G-Man doing? What's Gerald Swindle doing when you walk up with a black pack?
Dude, he's like, that ain't gonna really fly too well, don't you there, boy? I mean, I don't know how you gonna
I'm gonna send this Phoenix.
I tell you, okay, all right. Oh, and then he's got like an 8-pounder on. And you know how they have to fucking run around the boat to land the fish? And he runs around to the back of the boat, his line gets caught up in all your rods and shit. And then he fucking loses an 8-pounder in the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, this is it. This is the revolution that I want to see for co-anglers.
Dude, two of the greatest ideas we have ever had in this show ever is the fucking balloon lure, line through fucking balloon lure, weighted with bait fuel, and then your kayak crates on fishing boats as a co-angler.
Yep, all brought to you by the Bass and Brews podcast. Again, the fucking balloon.
Alex, this title of this one has to be kayak crates as a co-angler, yes or no, something of that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It has to be. Dude, should, like, I'm just throwing something out. It doesn't have to be this exactly, but something like should co-anglers start bringing kayak crates?
100%. 100%. That's what's going to be. And you know what?
Straight
the
up
YouTube.
clickbait.
The YouTube video, I bet you Randy Blockett will fucking comment. He will be really fucking mad.
Look, Randy Blockett might be owned with the kayak crate as a tool on the boat.
I'm still mad about the time I got called Randy Blockett on fucking Alex Rudd's podcast.
Because you really are a salty old man.
I am, but I love Randy Blockett, and here's why. I love pooping in the morning and listening to an old man ramble into his phone on YouTube.
Do you see how jacked he's gotten over the last year?
Weird, dude.
Working out with his fucking wife.
He's doing like Carrot Top fucking steroids, I think.
Yes, yes. He's the fucking Carrot Top of bass fishing. He is.
Somebody make that a meme.
Look,
I want to see.
It's exactly
Randy Blockett's face on Carrot Top. Jack.
Hey, yes, Bass and Bruce. What's his name? Hambone. Randy
Wolf of Wall
Blockett, Carrot Top.
Or Wolf of Walmart. Sorry.
But he is the Carrot Top because Carrot Top was somebody. Randy Blockett was somebody.
Yep.
And then they faded into obscurity. And then they come back fucking jacked on steroids.
Yeah. I think Randy Blockett has given up on, like, he needs to have more bait fuel.
What in the fuck are you doing, Kurt?
I'm trying to get to more beer and I can't get
to it. Well, damn, look, just grab one of them White Claws or something at the front.
I can't do it. I got
the whole podcast making all that noise.
Kurt forgot that we're an audio podcast.
Yeah, this bitch goes on YouTube and you walking around like it's a Blair Witch project. Hey, this is the other thing I was gonna say too. Is fuck, I forgot. What the fuck?
All right.
Hold on. Let me remember.
All right. So you just want us all to sit here while you pontificate?
It's a fucking podcast. That's what people do. They sit here and listen.
Pontificate.
Oh. Spell it.
Fuck no. All right. So you're so close, Kurt.
I remember.
He's got it.
Shush. I remembered. We got to make a clickbaity title because Dan with Kayak Bass and Beers.
Yep.
Dan made a little clickbaity title about his kayak fishing dying, and people got all up in their fucking panties, being all pissy and bitchy about clickbait title. And like what came up in the little Facebook threads, half those motherfuckers didn't even listen to fucking podcasts. They read the damn title.
Yeah.
Little bunch of bitches. Don't be a bitch. It's just fuck it. Clickbait is clickbait because it works.
Okay.
Look, not only did they commented and got a whole one of the guys bitching about it being clickbait has like 18 comments. Fucking sheep.
Mic drop.
Well, I think he's gonna go potty. We're gonna spend this time. So Kurt, it's been a
like the historian said, give me all the fucking clout.
All the clout. So this is probably not what you expected, Kurt, and we apologize. I don't apologize is what it is.
I was about to say, what are you doing?
It's been good. It's been fun.
But it's gonna get not fun here in a minute. So before we get to this part,
I have one more thing to actually do with fishing with Kurt.
Sure.
Kurt, do you throw any deep diving crankbaits? Because you said you like the chunk lures and reel and wind in the summertime, and you already said you fish offshore, and you don't throw the Carolina rig. So
yes, I do.
What are we chunking offshore in the summertime since we're coming up on this?
Oh,
well, I've already been catching them on the 6XD, and I tell you,
is that a Guggen bait?
No, I don't. You know, I could pretty much stock Bass Pro Shops, and I don't own a Guggen bait.
You don't like quality?
No. I'm not a quality guy, I guess, if that's what that is.
Hey, do y'all remember The Sandlot? Who was the main character kid? Y'all know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
The nerdy kid who moved in.
Yeah. Kurt, what the fuck kind of hat you got on? Because y'all remember in that movie, his fucking bill on his hat.
My bill is not. It's actually a short bill.
Because the bill on your hat, oh my God, it is a foam eagle claw hat.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Dude, you have
Where
to
did
wear
you get that at?
24/7.
So,
shave your head, man, because look, you've got like a
it's yeah.
bow.
I lay in the airplanes up there.
No,
He's got a
you got
natural
yeah, you
shave.
do. You got 2 runways.
No.
You have 2 runways. And
Oh,
I
poor
mean,
Curt.
like,
Poor Curt.
like you have a reverse Brazilian.
There's
Like
no
you got the
doubt.
stripe down the middle and it's clean on the side. I guess that's a real Brazilian though. Except it's on your head and not your pecker.
Wait,
Thank God
Brazilians.
you put that hat
Brazilians aren't on your pecker; they're on your butthole, dude.
back on. What?
Yeah, a Brazilian wax is when a lady or a man, but normally a lady gets her butthole waxed.
Oh, Alex, you are a fucking idiot. No, that is not it.
What is
Google
it? I'm googling it.
Google it.
Go ahead, keep talking.
But anyway,
Jeez.
there's a story behind this hat. This actually came from a fishing show in Virginia. The Fishing Expo Berkeley happened to be there, and they gave my son this hat, and he couldn't wear it. And I said, "That's one of the coolest hats I've ever seen."
Oh,
So-
a foam eagle claw hat is the shit. That's old school,
yeah.
man. Hey, that's
yeah.
like my look. That's like my old school Bassmaster hat.
Yeah,
Bass Angler Sportsman Society from like the early or mid 90s.
now I saw this hat. Like, I'm glad it doesn't
Okay.
fit my son because that's me.
And
But
Alex thinks a Brazilian is when you wax your butthole. That's
Nope.
fucking
I'm not
I
getting
am-
into that. I know nothing about it.
Hold
so-
on, I just looked it up. I am completely right. A Brazilian is when you get your pubic area and your asshole waxed.
But-
if you,
okay.
yes,
You were not completely right. You were,
You were half
completely
right.
wrong.
well, yeah, nobody just gets their asshole waxed.
I didn't know
you know?
Nobody's
anybody
like
did.
leave the front, just get the pack.
How do you know?
Well, I'm just saying.
Look, y'all need to go watch Matt Robertson get his shit waxed.
Oh
He said
my God,
he was like, man,
man.
it pulling the wax off what was bad, but it wasn't near as bad as they put that hot wax on there. Boy, I felt like it was lava burning through my balls.
Whole time Macy's in the background going, "Hey, this is Macy here."
I don't even remember that, but anyway.
She wasn't.
Brazilian.
Anyway.
All we're talking about is that Curt does have a Brazilian on his his noggin.
Because his yeah. Okay, sure.
All right, we'll rephrase that. He has 2 landing strips. So like he has a manicured grass field in the middle.
Yes.
He's got 2 landing strips, and then he's got manicured grass around the edges.
I like to call the middle part for dudes that have that as the island of youth, because they're just trying to hold on to it. Just that
Oh
tiny
no,
island.
it's all getting shaved off.
Yeah.
Well, thank
It's
God.
come to that point. It's come to that
Like
point.
I'm super gray, but thank God I have my fucking hair. Like
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got so much hair on my head.
Paul, how old are you? You're 41?
Ish.
41-ish. Have you found
You're only as old as you think you are.
Oh my God.
And
Kurt, how old are
you?
you?
You're only as old as you pretend to
35.
be.
35.
35. God damn,
Yeah.
you're old fuck too.
You might be a little young for it. Paul, have you gotten a gray pubic hair yet?
Oh man, I've had gray. The first gray pubic hair I ever got,
Yeah.
that bitch was like 18 and a half inches long, and I got scared and thought, is this fucking cancer? I didn't know you got gray hairs around
Yeah.
your cock and balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
it's
now
the
because I got a
worst.
bunch of them.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
the
to
worst.
search them out and pull them out and see how long they are, and then sometimes I'll roll them up in my hand, and I'll do like a, you know how you used to do a Kobe where you do the little fake dribble and fade away and shoot Kobe towards my wife. That's what I like to do.
Instead, you go puby.
That's right. See, there you go.
That's
You know me.
yeah. That was a really weird awakening for me when I found the first full on gray pubic hair. I was like, what the fuck?
I
yeah.
know. I was like, literally, like, is this like fucking cancer? This was a long time ago too. It was
Yeah.
probably 15 years ago. It was a while ago. It's probably when I first started being a wildland firefighter.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, so I was in the Coast Guard. But
really?
so no,
Shit.
I didn't realize how
Hey,
great
thank you
my
for your
beard was.
thank you for
Oh.
your service.
I know that's tough for you to say, Paul, since you hate the troops so much. So thank you for
Thank you
saying
for your
that.
service.
No, I didn't
I mean,
realize how
How
gray
was
my
it to
hair
pretend
was.
to be in the military?
That's such a good one.
Look,
Yeah, no, Paul
look,
hates,
I was listening to somebody was talking about the service members. He was talking about something, and he did that. He's like, in the Coast Guard. Oh, well, yeah, I guess we'll count them. I was like, that's fucked up, dude. Them bitches are the front line defense of America. Literally.
Right.
If
That's right.
shit happens in the ocean, the first ones out there are the Coast Guards.
That's right.
What are y'all called? Coasties? What are you called?
There we go, coasties.
It is a coastie? Because you
Yeah,
got
you know what? When
Navy's the seamen.
No, they're squids, but
okay, same thing. Starts with an S.
Yeah.
You know y'all are referred to as coasties.
So my time in the Coast Guard, I did 20 years, right? And when I first got in, we were called
how many years?
20.
Was that like 18?
No, 20.
Okay.
So we were called the Smokies of the Water when we first got in.
Like Smokey Bear?
No, like Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh.
Like, yeah. It's a stupid fucking name, but that's what they called us.
It's terrible. Because y'all were in a boat, not even a car.
Correct. And then we went to Coasties. And then we got, after Katrina, there's a big surge for us, you know, because we got a lot of good press after Katrina. And we started, they wanted to be called Guardians. So they tried to call us Guardians.
Oh, my fucking God.
So
y'all were a Space Force before fucking
I was going to say, what is the Space Force going to be called?
Well, they're called Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they stole
the galaxy.
Guardians
of the Galaxy.
So the best part though is that we would use it sarcastically because there was like a whole thing. There was instructions like Coast Guard members will not be called coasties anymore. They're going to be called Guardians. So anytime somebody fucked up and did something stupid, you'd go like, "Hey, way to go, Guardian. Way to go. You did a great job. There's 5 of you to get rid of that wasp nest, and somehow you burned off fucking Petty Officer Wright's eyebrows. Way to go, Guardians." Like
so
that was
everybody that got coastie tattooed on them had to go then get Guardians tattooed on them.
Thank God.
Then they had to change it back to coastie.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it flipped back over. Thank God, because Guardians was the stupidest fucking thing.
So they had to do that. They got a coastie tattoo. Then they had to go get a Guardian tattoo. And then they had to go back and get another coastie tattoo.
The moral of all of this, though, I didn't realize how fucking gray my beard was going to get until I got out. And I was like, holy shit, I look old. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when, you know, you're short, is your gray is focused on a lot less areas than when you're not 4'12".
That was really bad.
Inches.
And what's going to be really bad is when we get to this next round. So we're going to give an opportunity for Curt.
Hold on. He didn't even get to finish talking about his offshore fishing. 6XD, and then you fucking derailed it talking about his bait, and then fucked it all up.
No,
I would like to hear offshore summer fishing because he doesn't throw a Carolina rig, and so I want to know. It's relevant. It's pertinent. It's pertinent about this time of years.
So I definitely throw a deep crank. I've switched to the Jenko. After 6XD, I'll fish a Jenko. I know not many people fish Jenko. They've got a great deep diving crankbait, but I throw a preacher jig and a flutter spoon.
What size flutter spoon you talking?
I mean, I'll throw the 1.5 ounce, the Worldwide Sportsman from River to Sea, some nickels, the Magnum spoon.
What the fuck is wrong with you Virginia people, man? We down here in the Carolinas, we talk flutter spoons in inches, not ounces. Well, I ain't fucking European. I don't work on the metric system.
I don't even know how big the Worldwide is. I just know it's 1.5 ounces. I think it's 6 inches, but I throw an 8 inch.
See, you tell he got a small dick because he's doing weight. I ain't care about inches.
He said he's doing it by weight. He's like, listen, ladies, I might not be long, but it's heavy. It's 1.5 ounces.
It's all about the girth.
I love that, Paul. For you guys not watching, Paul dropped that grenade and then walked off.
Mic drop, motherfucker.
No,
all right. What jig did you say you're using?
A preacher jig, a big hair jig.
All right. So the preacher jig is a big hair jig.
Stop.
So I'm like, this is like a missionary style jig. Like this. I know what we're talking about. I got you. No, a hair jig. So how many ounces is that motherfucker?
It all depends on how deep I'm fishing.
Are you? That's what
It
she
always-
said. Are you tying your own, or are you buying?
No.
I've never heard of preacher jig. I throw a hair jig, but I'm cheap as fuck, so I go buy the ones at Walmart that are in the saltwater section. That's the ones I use.
That's a
And look,
bucktail.
they are good. They're good for about 3 fish, and after that, the fucking hook.
Oh,
is
that's not a
toast.
that's
No,
not a
you're-
bucktail then.
No, you're throwing a bucktail. No,
No.
I'm throwing a.
That's
I
not
mean,
a
this thing-
bucktail then. That bucktail lasts forever. That shit ain't gonna fucking bend out. A Spro bucktail,
Well, it
that
doesn't
shit ain't gonna
bend
bend
out.
out.
It's a fucking shit hook, and it dulls. Nobody asked
So,
you, Alex. You don't even go deep enough to fish a hair jig.
Oh, I go
preacher
deep.
jig. That's like a Kentucky Lake, Tennessee River type of bait. It's got some like 8-inch feathers in with it.
Okay.
You know, you're casting them out. You're just yo-yoing them back to the boat.
Mm-hmm. So this time of year, I have flutter spoon. I throw the 5.5 to 6.5 inch flutter spoon. I throw. I'll have the crankbait on. I'll have a drop shot. I have a shaky head. I have a swing head, and at least for Sharon Harris, those are typically. And I'll obviously bring some other rods and shit, but like that, when I get on a school of fish, I'm running through those, and they're biting, and then that's what they're running through. That's kind of my.
What
That's
shaky
how
head
I
worm
run
do you
it.
throw? What shaky
Who?
head worm do you throw?
Man, I either throw. Sometimes I'll put on a ribbon tail, a cheap ass fucking one of those $1.99 Zoom packs of ribbon tails from Walmart. I'll throw
Mhm.
those. I'll throw ribbon tails on because I like the little bit bigger in there. But most of the time, I'm using a trick worm or a robo. I'll fucking put a robo worm on there too. But usually it's a trick worm. Red, green pumpkin, black and blue. I'm
Yeah, oh, no,
colorblind. So as long as that motherfucker's either green or dark, I'm throwing it.
Yep, no, black, June bug, and green pumpkin.
Yep.
That's the only 3 colors
Yep.
I own.
That's right. Or some kind of variation. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But the swing heads, so on the swing heads, we're throwing again, it's just a creature bait, but it's I can't remember what the fuck it is. I don't know. I throw a
I threw
creature
one.
bait.
I threw one today with the Egg Zone Adrenaline Crawl on it.
Okay, yeah. So is that like similar to the beaver, the Strike King beaver?
It's real close to the Z-Man
Goat.
whatever they call their little crawl bait. I mean, not Z-Man. I don't throw Z-Man. I hate Z-Man other than a jackhammer. That's just me. It's real similar to the Zoom Z-Crawl.
Z-Crawl.
Okay. Yeah,
The Adrenaline Claw has those ones that float, right? Like it's got like a thick body and the legs kind of float up.
They kind of kick like a
But
Strike King Menace or something.
You can pull all those. You can pull them apart. You can pull them off. Yeah, so something like that. Just some kind of creature bait on a swing head. I usually throw a 1/2 ounce on that. But what we'll do is when we find those schools, not quite yet, but when we'll start getting schools. This is mainly Sharon Harris I'm talking about, but we'll start getting those schools here towards the end of June, where when you see them on side scan, you're like, holy fuck, those are like 4, 5, 6 pounders.
Yep.
And so when I see those size schools, I'm throwing the first thing out is the flutter spoon. And then the next thing out is going to be a crankbait. But you can start to see them start to spread out. Usually you can catch 2 or 3 out of those the schools of the bigger fish. You can catch 2 or 3, and then usually shut down. They move. You got to come back in 15, 20, 30 minutes. But we'll get in these other mega schools where it's just a bunch of 2, 3, 4 pounders.
Mega school.
And same thing. Throw flutter spoons out, throw crankbait out, then the swing head, and then a drop shot, and it's kind of work through it. But then they'll dissipate after you catch them, like they always do, and then you gotta go fuck around until they come back and come.
Curt, this sounds like really great information, but ask Paul to pull up his Tourney X results, and you can decide whether this is good information or not. Because I'm gonna tell you
pull up my Tourney X and my Fishing Chaos from last year and see when I caught fish and did well. And it's this time of year into the fall. That's when I fish good. For whatever reason, when the fish are shallow and
it's that offshore bite.
Look, when the fish are shallow in the springtime, where paraplegics are catching 5 pounders, I can't seem to get a bite. But then, you know, when summertime rolls around and I can go use my shit and go find some schools, I tend to fish better.
Listen, it's
fucking
because
ridiculous.
paraplegics have been using the Bass and Brews fucking balloon for years now.
Well, hey, put the preacher jig in that mix. It's unreal offshore fishing.
Is that a brand or is that a
No, it's
style?
just a style. It's just a style.
What brand do I need to look for?
I
Catholic-
throw whatever. It's some
Catholic
feathers
preacher
and some
grim.
deer hair and a jig head. I mean, I throw whatever.
So just search preacher jig and probably turn Google on to PG so it doesn't come up with fucking porn sites.
Well, Janko makes a good one, but they're always sold out.
Hey, here's
They
the
also
problem with
make
okay,
Janko
here's
also
the problem.
makes pants too, right?
Here's the problem with
Janko
searching
pants.
preacher jig is there's no telling what kind of bullshit's going to come up from the
Oh,
Catholic.
you're going to get all
side.
kinds of stuff.
You keep saying Janko, and all I can think of is those big fucking pants from the late
The
90s.
bell
jeans.
bottoms from the
Yes.
90s.
Yes.
So
The
in my head,
gorillas.
in my head, they transitioned
my
from jean.
head, in my head, in my head, in my head, in my head. Ooh, ooh. I nailed it.
Anyways, I envision that they transitioned from jeans to hair jigs. All right, Curt, let's we're about ready to hit the only semi-scripted portion of this show, the world famous shotgun round, where you are either going to get to the highest heights and be a serious angler, or the lowest
It's
lows
just going off the rails.
into the dark waters.
Alex is fucking flawlessly.
I'm trying.
Flawlessly just continuing
I am
on
fucking.
with no. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, you fucking crushed that segment.
Thanks.
You
Hey,
crushed
so
it.
Curt, before we get to this,
Damn, I was too early. That's what
Yep.
she said.
I want to give you a chance
Lord.
to shout out whoever you'd like at this point, because yeah,
Look, you might just want to keep your mouth shut if you got sponsors at this point, because they're
We'll see.
fucking dropping you if they've listened to anything before this, and they're
Well,
damn sure gonna drop you after.
all my NautiFish guys, you know, everybody that I fish with, Lawrence, Frank, Chad, Kyle, everybody at NautiFish.
Sean.
Sean's not NautiFish.
He's not NautiFish.
Oh, well, damn.
Sean's a good dude. Sean's a good dude, no doubt.
Yeah, you got to
But
make it up now because y'all done fucked him over. Go ahead.
Everybody at NautiFish. But honestly, no, that's NautiFish Outfitters is really that's it. I'm out here doing it on my own. You know,
My man.
I mean, some people like to think they're family, but that's fine. You don't have to. No, it's good. No, I'm just.
I don't know if my wife wants me to thank her for this one,
especially after this episode.
Hey, look, if you want to be part of another team, you can sponsor Bass and Brews Fishing Podcast, and you know, you can be part of our team too, and then you can shout us out when you win stuff, and you know, we'll give you stickers for 10% off, and we'll give you a shirt for full price. I mean, all kinds of benefits.
I will also give you prototype fucking balloons. Slightly used.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to use
pre-rigged.
Pre-rigged. That's what we call it. Pre-rigged.
Oh man, I hope your wife doesn't. You know, when you get something sent in the mail and it comes in a box, does your wife like open it up? Oh, what kind of fishing shit did he get? And one day a box shows up with a bunch of pre-rigged fucking balloon fishing lures.
Balloon. No, she wouldn't check that.
Listen,
Alex, we just need to start sending. We need to start sending
semen around the country.
Yeah. Ew, that's gross.
Pre-rigged. Sorry, pre-rigged.
Ugh. You're nasty. Your wife is going to listen to this and be like, bitch, if you put
mother-in-law,
condoms in the mail,
my mother-in-law is going to listen to it and be like,
yeah, but your wife has to deliver the condom boxes.
I know she does. Sorry, babe.
I'm going to send you a condom box. I'm just going to put a sticker on the box so it shows up in the condom box with your mailing address. Hey, did you ever get any phone calls from like NADA wanting to sell a car?
Was that you?
Did you get anything?
You mean from Toyota? Like Prius? I fucking knew it. I have been.
Oh no, fuck! I'm so lightheaded right now. I'm about to pass the fuck out. That shit works.
I have been fucking fighting with Toyota for 2 weeks. They have emailed me, texted me, and called me from all 5 local branches about my interest in a Prius. Right? And I want to be completely honest. This is not for the show. It's not for anything. I lost my shit on them today. And I knew it had to be somebody. I just didn't know if it was Paul or a military guy, but it was fucking Paul. Okay. All right. Fucking game on, Paul. Game on. It's been awful. I don't know what you did, but literally every day I get 5 separate phone calls from Toyota dealerships about a Prius. I get 5 texts and 5 emails every single day for the last 2 weeks. It's out of control. I yelled at the guy today. I literally picked up the call. I knew it was going to be about this fucking Prius. And when I picked it up, I actually got to talk to somebody. And he goes, "Hey, man, so you signed up to look into this new Prius?" And I said, "Fuck you. I am never buying Toyota ever because of your fucking actions." But really, it was Paul. So
y'all that are listening, when I mentioned that, and I said something about a car, y'all, at a minute, 40 seconds, you got to go watch this podcast because you see Alex's face. He's like, "That was you, or you
motherfucker,
Toyota." And I didn't even
Amanda was
Toyota.
like,
I
"You
just
gotta
mentioned
check
car
credit because maybe somebody tried to buy a Prius with your name." I was like, "Bitch, I got awful credit, but okay." So I spent the money to get a credit check. Out of control. All right.
I've never laughed so hard at this podcast ever. I'm literally, I'm crying right now. I'm wiping the tears away. My stomach's cramping up. And I literally, at the beginning of me laughing, almost passed out because my guys are like,
all I heard was Paul going, "I'm so lightheaded." I was really hoping he was going to pass out, especially after I found out it was him. But it's cool, Paul. It's cool.
You talking about a Toyota, a Prius?
It's all right. It's all right, Paul. Game's on now, man. I got your address. We're gonna see what kind of weird shit I can get sent to your house.
You get a fucking balloon, a pre-rigged fucking balloon right in the front door.
Pre-rigged fucking balloons forever.
If this back and forth about short jokes and fat jokes goes, if we start this little prank war and it goes back and forth the same way the short jokes and the fat jokes go, you're gonna fucking lose, Hoss.
No. Listen, when I start sending you giant dildos to your house, 8-foot dildos,
hold on.
I'll pay for it. I don't give a fuck.
Hold on. What's worse, going and buying the 8-inch dildo?
Oh.
And then having to mail it to somebody? You're the one walking around with a fucking floppy, veiny ass dildo,
dude, the
not
best
me.
No, it's fine to buy it because when you buy it, you go, "Hey, it's a joke."
And they're and the people checking around are like, "Sure, it's a joke, but that's what they all say."
They might be thinking that.
Their ass in the parking lot.
They might be thinking that, but in your head, you tell them, and they're like, "Okay," because they're professionals. You go to a great adult store when you go to buy a fucking 8-foot dildo. I don't know where I can get one at. I'm gonna find one. Not 8-inch, 8 foot. It's a monster dildo.
I bet they make some kind of grown-up slide. You know how you get the inflatables? They probably have an inflatable dildo slide somewhere.
If they don't, Bass and Brews is again branching out.
The Bass and Brews inflatable dildo for grown-up parties only.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. So you have two. You have the vagina blow up. You have the dildo blow up, and you slide into the vagina, and it spits you out on the other side, and you're like, my baby.
All right, Curt. We're gonna go. Oh man, we derailed tonight.
Is this?
Curt,
You know what? This was a
That's great.
podcast. There
That's
was
great.
nothing else
We're not
that
done
needed
yet.
to happen.
But yeah. All right, Curt, we're gonna hit the shotgun round. I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions. And since I nailed it so well last time, I'll do it again. You can either hit the highest highs and become a serious angler, or hit the lowest lows and get into the dark waters.
Did you forget any questions last week?
Nope, I did not.
Did you read it off a list?
Nope, and I
And you
forgot a
fucked it up.
bunch in the middle, and then Adam had to help me out. But anyways, so here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna throw these questions at you. You get like a second
Who's Adam?
to answer them. Anyways, you get like a second to answer them. We don't need an explanation. If we need an explanation, we'll ask from you. And then again, show's super warm and welcoming, but the brewskis are a fickle and judgmental bunch, and we'll judge you on the answers later. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Bread and butter pickles too. They're not shitty ass fucking deals.
Crocs or flops?
Flops.
Ugh.
Okay, that's a wrong
Ugh.
answer, but that's fine.
That's what I think about your answer, Curt.
Man, you gonna spend more on a rod or a reel?
A rod.
Whoa,
Interesting.
that's a different one. All right. You're heading to the water. Slow
All this
jam.
talk about dildos. He's like, yeah, I got to pick rod after this.
I gotta pick rod. I need that sensitive, hard rod. You're on your way to the water. Are you playing slow jams or hype music?
Hype music.
What does that mean to you?
That's a loaded question, because that could be anything. That could be 90s rap. That could be country from the 60s, or it could be rock music.
All right.
So you're just listening to something that has a beat to it that makes you want to start, fucking some shit up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some
yeah.
Waylon or some Biggie. I mean,
Fuck yeah.
Oh, we need, if anybody is a DJ listening, we need some Waylon Jennings and Biggie mashup.
that would be a great
like it.
mashup.
If anybody knows a DJ, or if anybody's a DJ that's listening, give us a Waylon Biggie mashup. I actually think Waylon would probably go better with Tupac.
I mean,
I'm on
that's
the
that
East
whole
Coast.
East versus West
I'm
thing.
an
I
East
get it.
Coast
I
guy.
get it. I get it.
I don't give a fuck about East Coast, West Coast. I just like Tupac shit better. I mean, I don't give a fuck about what coast you're from. It don't matter to me.
All right. So to start out, a lot of these questions are going to be food related, because I don't know how.
Actually,
we went
only
there.
3 of them. So the majority of them are not food related. But go ahead,
No,
Alex.
most of them. Pineapple on
GD,
pizza.
bitch.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, my
Oh,
man.
Yes. Did
My
you
man.
not see the TikTok I made of Alex getting
No,
punted off
because
the pizza?
Hey, until I met my wife, I would have always said no.
So is
It's
she
so good.
Canadian?
So
No, she's Georgian. And
Georgian.
not the country, the state.
Oh,
And
so
not
she's
the
like
country.
she's like from Africa.
no, he
Not
should
the
just say
country, the state. She's from Atlanta.
Hotlanta.
Yeah, hotly. Yeah, there you go.
Paul's confused. Paul doesn't understand that there's a country called Georgia.
I do understand. I thought he said she was from the country Georgia, which
No,
is in the continent of Africa.
No, it's not on the continent of Africa either.
Where is it then, smarty pants?
It's in Eastern Europe. It was a offshoot
not
of the
even close.
USSR.
No, motherfucker, not even close.
Yeah, get out of here. Anyways,
Near Zimbabwe.
just threw that out there. You're fucking wrong. Hold on. Paul, ask the next question while I look this up. Go ahead, Paul. Ask the next question.
Hey. 3-hour session. 5 2-pounders on 1 7-pounder.
5 2-pounders.
What? You are you're the absolute worst so far. Halfway through these questions. You're fucking flop.
I'd
Your
rather
rod.
catch fish.
Your pineapple and pizza. You're geez, what is wrong with you? NautiFish, y'all should have vetted this guy more. He's killing your rep. This is
And
terrible.
also,
This man's from Virginia, married to a Georgian, the state wife, and they both actually on purpose eat pineapple on pizza.
No. I don't order it, but I will eat it.
it's fucking delicious. Also,
Put bacon on the pizza all day long.
Oh, yeah,
I do
it's so
Canadian
not
good.
order
bacon.
it.
Canadian
Yeah.
bacon.
yeah,
No,
it's just ham.
Fucking bacon. No,
That's
that
right.
Canadian
Okay,
bacon is ham.
Thank you. Canadian
want
bacon is
bacon.
ham. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
fucking
No,
shitty
I
ham
just
too.
I want
Look.
bacon or sausage, but I will eat pineapple on a pizza.
Oh,
It's good, sweet and
Dude.
salty. It's
Yeah,
delicious.
look, I'm fat
Nah.
as fuck. I will never order it, but I will eat every slice.
Well, you'll eat anything.
I will.
Yeah.
It's like when we
Also,
finally meet, I'm gonna lick your face all the way to your ear. And I'm gonna man hug a fart out of you.
all right. So, quick update. Paul was fucking wrong, and I was
Told you I
right
was right. Bitch is
about
in Africa.
Georgia, the country. All right. Do you?
Where
Curt,
is it then?
Curt, it's on the Black Sea, dickhead.
Close enough. I mean,
Nope.
it's closer. It's closer than being in South America.
You're right. You're fucking right.
I
It
mean,
is
it's all
closer than
relative.
me. It's
You
all
know,
relative.
Your
Oh, man.
relatives are only as relative as they are close.
I cannot wait to do this series. And he's already texted me a bunch. When he gets drunk, he texts me these bullshit Paulisms. And I cannot wait for this series to
text
come out.
them. It's just when
Goodness.
people respond or ask me something, that's
Yeah.
then when I say it.
No, but then he texts them. And by text, I mean he like screenshots him texting somebody the comment and then sends it to me. Anyways, Curt, are you eating largemouth bass?
No.
Yeah, that's fine. You're great.
That's not
You're an
fine.
awesome human being. Thank you for being great.
I catch enough trout that I don't need to.
There you go.
That's weird. I'm, you just said you don't eat largemouth bass. I'm surprised you got your fucking air duct wrapped in insulation.
Oh,
Because
my God,
people who
Paul.
don't eat largemouth bass probably have their air conditioned ducts just fucking raw dogging the air. I mean, no installation or nothing.
So if anybody a little behind the scenes. So if anybody would like to be on this show, just be prepared. Whatever your background is, me and Paul are gonna fucking target you out. And Curt, we just met, so we've been kind of nice. Paul hit him with that. Kurt's also been sitting on the porch of his garage all fucking night doing this thing. But yeah,
that's why he's standing up now, because he's been sitting on them hard ass wood steps and his butt's flat.
His
Probably
ass
fell
is asleep. His ass is asleep right now.
His ass is so asleep that he can feel it in his toes.
All right, let's well, since you don't eat bass, Curt, do you eat beaver?
Have you ever eaten beaver?
No, muskrat, but not beaver.
Okay.
Huh. But in Virginia, what the fuck?
They got muskrats and
yeah, we got muskrat. I saw one on the side of the road got killed the other day.
Yeah,
I've trapped beavers, but I've never eaten them.
Okay.
What would you lure to trap them in with?
Musk.
With what?
Is that like the old man deodorant? Musk?
No,
like
not
Brute,
what my grandfather
was it
wore.
Brute 51?
No.
He put his grandfather out there.
No,
I know exactly the green bottle. It wasn't the green bottle.
It wasn't the green bottle
See,
with some Werther's.
I know what you're talking about.
Look, a rich grandpa is probably the easiest way to get them. Never mind.
That's that different beaver, Paul.
Oh yeah. What does muskrat taste like?
With enough barbecue sauce, whatever kind you put on it.
All
okay.
right.
How'd you cook it? Slow cook it? Pull it? Or did you
I didn't cook it. It was brought to work. And
Okay.
good thing was the lady who cooked it made some real good cornbread, because it wasn't the best.
What? So did it taste like? It just taste gamey?
It was extremely gamey. Yes.
Yeah. See, did she parboil it? You got to parboil shit like that first.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, I've eaten bear and possum and all that, but muskrat was probably the worst.
Well, beaver is not. It's delicious, and you cook it just like you would regular barbecue and pull it. It's dark. It's delicious, juicy. So good. And I'm talking about the beaver with like fur that swims in the
with
in the
4
water.
legs.
Yes.
4 legs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on what position, but yes, mostly.
All right.
Alex, you're forgetting one.
Which one am I forgetting, Paul?
I don't know, but I know you're forgetting one. I didn't pull my list out.
That's all right. All right.
No, because I'm the one that gets some messages about you
That's
fucking
fine.
this up.
I don't care. Then you can get the messages.
Nobody ever texts me unless there's a fuck up in this podcast. That's the only time I get text. Thanks,
right,
John
Curt.
King. Y'all go buy Drunkwood wood.
All right,
free
Curt.
plugs.
So these questions have been simple compared to the next one, right? The next one is the last question. This is the one. No, I think I got them all actually. This next one
Ashley
is what?
Ashley
Anyways, this next one.
So tired.
The brewskis are going to be really judgmental on. So I want to make sure you're prepared. All right, it's a 3-part question. Are you ready?
All right. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Wacky rig or Texas rig?
Oh yeah, that's how
Wacky rig.
Yeah, that's how we normally start.
I
That's
told
right.
you we were forgetting one short.
All right.
See,
All right.
you got a GED and I graduated from high school.
Y'all look. Anyways, every great fisherman loves a sandwich.
Sandwich, but go ahead.
What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Sandwich, but go ahead.
Turkey, country ham, and ham.
My
Fuck
man
yeah.
said country. My man not
Bam,
only
bam,
said
bam.
country ham.
What's the
he
difference
had
between
ham
country
and
ham
country
and ham?
I see. That's right.
There's a difference. It's 2 different
What's the
food
difference?
groups.
It's 2 different food groups.
Country ham's all by itself.
All right.
Look, yeah. With the sandwich ham that you get was ground down into a pink paste and then shot into a form.
Yeah, yeah.
And then shaped. A country ham is the fucking ass of a pig that has been cured.
Well, y'all got this great thing named Biscuitville down in Carolina.
Oh my god!
And their country ham biscuits. Oh my! See, that's a fishing sandwich. So,
that country ham, egg, and cheese from Biscuitville.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. You could love your wife, but that's one of the few foods you would leave her over.
All right.
It's
Well,
delicious.
Curt, hang out for a minute. Paul.
Alex, what did you do last week when you didn't have anybody to cut off in the middle of your outro?
I didn't cut anything. We're getting rid of that, right? So
Thank God, that's the stupidest thing we've ever done on this fucking podcast.
No, it is. So I want to introduce you to the new segment, which is